It's now time to meet our players. Would you please welcome from the land of the rising sun, it's Japan's number one, it's Horiaka. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Stoke-on-Trent, England, he is the record-breaking 15-time champion of the world. It's Phil, the Power Taylor.
Got a glimpse of Michael Essien there, superstar footballer who paid for his ticket and wants to see this man in action and wants a shirt signing by him after. It's one of those things, isn't it? Tiger Woods at the Open, Federer at Wimbledon, Flintoff in the Ashes. People want to see Taylor play in the World Championship.
Yeah, Dave, I mean, it is like your bucket list, isn't it? I mean, Essien's actually got Phil Taylor's shirt on. You know, that's incredible. That's respect that this man gets. And I know the Japanese very well and what they're doing out there to try and promote dart. This is the biggest day of this guy's life, to play the best player that's ever lived.
John Arlott said of Viv Richards years ago, he said he's a world-class player who makes other world-class players look ordinary. And Taylor has done that over the years.
Yeah, the other players won't like to hear that, but it is fact, Dave, when this man is on, as Wayne said earlier on, when he won the Grand Slam and he beat Nicholson you know, Adi and then Gary Anderson. He won it in style. He really did do everything right.
75 televised titles. I mean, enough trophies to give everyone who took part in the World Championship a trophy each and still have 3 left for himself.
Well, one to me and one to you, one for Wayne.
It's phenomenal though, isn't it?
It is incredible, and when you get the likes of Eric Bristow, you know, praise this man up, and Eric's a legend in this game in his own right, and when he praises this guy up, then you know he's made of the right stuff.
Is he nailed on to win a 16th world title?
He's never absolutely nailed on because the standard in the game is so great, and if someone like an Adi Lewis, a Gary Anderson, James Ray turn up on their day, then they've always got chances. But if you take the form of the Grand Slam and the Grand Prix, the match play coming into this, then he's bang on favourite.
You've got to feel for Muramatsu. I mean, it's so tough up there. So tough up there.
It is, but he's just going to go up there and enjoy it because this is the biggest day of his life. Out in Japan, he will be a hero out in Japan when he gets back, just for getting on that stage and playing Phil Taylor.
Okay, commentary team, Wayne Mardle and Rod Studd.
Yeah, thanks Dave. Over the past couple of decades, the fashions may have changed, the hairstyles may have changed, the venues have changed, but one thing has stayed pretty much constant. Phil Taylor has dominated darts, and tonight we see him start his quest for a 16th world title.
140.
Even world-class footballers like Michael Essien come to pay homage. Multi-millionaire footballers like ordinary fans in this man's presence.
Over the years we've had footballing superstars like Michael Essien. We've had royalty all come to see the power. And Muramatsu, we see in the prelim game that he can play. Took out finishes of 80, of 90, of 102, and if he can put a couple of them finishes and scores together, it'll be interesting to see Phil obviously in the first match, but we see Muramatsu throw first, and that wasn't the fact that Phil was kind of saying, look, you're not, because Phil give the bullseye away obviously. Phil wasn't saying, look, I'm going to beat you, but I just want to give you the throw to make you feel good. In set play, when you have to win by 2 clear legs, Phil often gives a throw away. So that wasn't a disrespectful shout by Phil. He does that very often.
What he has done is left himself on a bogey number
60.
there, Taylor. 163, can't go out, won't be too worried about that. Got 6 starts from here to open his 2012 World Championship account. A long time since he even lost a set in the first round. You have to go right back to 2008 when he squeaked home in a real nail biter against Michael van Gerwen, 3 sets to 2. Shouldn't have that kind of trouble tonight.
Yeah, Phil struggled in 2008.
Yes. Went out in the quarter-final.
No idea. I forget. Anyway, that was a slip by Muramatsu. Behind in the leg anyway. Phil won 9 for double 16. Crept in the 9. Will he creep in the 32?
34.
Well, Muramatsu still can't go out. He's been here before, a couple of years ago, so got plenty of experience on that big stage. Beat the Czech Krzysztof Kajk in the prelim a couple of years back, then lost 3 sets to Ronnie Baxter, winning only 1 leg.
Well, it's quite well documented that Phil Taylor can be a slow starter, but
125.
not the case so far.
32.
Needs 32 for an early break. That is a perfect marker, absolutely perfect.
In the first leg, Phil Taylor.
That's why he give the throw away, because now he's in total control of this set.
This is Phil Taylor's 108th World Championship match, and of the previous 107 he's won 100. It's ridiculous figures.
100.
Yeah, that is amazing. To even have played 108 is amazing. To only have lost just over a handful is incredible. But when we talk about what Phil Taylor's won, he wants this one more than anything. As he's already stated, match plays and Grand Prix and Grand Slams.
140.
Whilst it's great winning them, he's actually said you can keep them. He wants this one so badly. Do you think it could be too badly, Rod?
I'm pondering on that, actually. It's a good question, because he's getting to the stage now where he knows there isn't going to be many more chances. Maybe 4 or 5 more, perhaps. He's 51 and we forget that. He's pushing back the boundaries here. There's no one in their 50s and pushing up towards 60 who can play world-class sport at this level.
As you said, this level, it's an incredible level as well. And that was a good dart from Muramatsu. But this is what it's going to take. It's going to take 140s and tons just to stay with Mr. T. Should be looking round the board there. He should switch, otherwise he...
100.
Well, for the second leg running, left a bogey.
He revealed once he does that deliberately sometimes just to confuse players, but I'm sure that's not the case here. I think he's just doing it because he probably doesn't think that Muramatsu's going to get a shot at a double, but you never know if he hits another treble here, which he has done. So he's going to have a shot at 1-2-1, whatever Taylor does here.
Oh, you learn by your mistakes, and maybe he won't be leaving 1-6-6 or 1-6-3 again. Got to get a treble, otherwise he's going to give
45.
Muramatsu.
It
could be 6 darts if Phil doesn't take out the 1-2-1. Can he take out the 1-2-1 of his own?
This is to win a leg against Phil Taylor on the biggest stage in this sport. Bullseye, and what a way to do it.
96. Phil, you require 121.
Can Phil do what Muramatsu couldn't? Treble 17. No. Muramatsu is going to have 2 darts for an even game.
That was for a 12 dart finish, that bullseye attempt by Muramatsu, and he should get another 2 darts and a double here. Double 8 then, for a leg, against the power, against his throw.
In the second leg.
Well, what a moment for Haruki Muramatsu.
Third leg, Haruki to
14 dart leg to break. That's what it takes, and that's what he's done. Haruki is not overawed at all. He's getting up there, he's doing his own thing, he's playing at his own pace, and it's got to be said, he was really cool in that 25 finish. Not the biggest finish in the world, but
41.
a double is a double, and that's all that matters.
Plenty of people said that Muramatsu wouldn't win a leg. The sponsors were offering 4-1 against a whitewash.
90.
He's avoided that. You know, thousands have come here to watch Phil Taylor play. He's come to play Phil Taylor. And I tell you what, Wade, if you auctioned off that as a prize to play Phil Taylor in the first round of the World Dart Championship, you'd raise a lot of money. People would be queuing around the block to bid for that. What a moment.
140.
I, for one, would be bidding. And as I said just a minute ago, he's not overawed at all. In fact, he looks more comfortable now than he did in the prelim game. And you would have thought this was more daunting, but he's obviously used to the stage,
60.
used to the crowd, the surroundings. He's had a couple more hours to prepare to meet Mr. T.
Well, let me tell you this, Phil Taylor's currently averaging 84 and bits. Last year, he scrambled past Gary Mawson, averaging 88 and a bit. That was his worst average in the World Championship since 1998.
140.
Well, so far, right, it's early days, we're only halfway through the third leg, 5 140s. That is fantastic shooting, that really is. And amazingly, only
97.
one for Mr. T.
200-1 on Taylor.
I actually thought that was quite a good price, if I'm honest.
£2,000 to win a tenner. Let's not get carried away here. It's very early in this darts match and Taylor isn't firing at all, but you're dealing in the theatre of the absurd if we start to contemplate the unthinkable.
Yeah, the game's in its embryonic phase, it really is.
Rookie record 144.
See Phil there at 140, only his second so far. But Muramatsu, he's got the darts, and he's only 30 behind, looking for the treble 18. That was quite a way away, has to be said. Looking for treble 17 to leave double 16. Will he come back?
Phil, you require 140.
To regain the lead then, Taylor got to hit treble 18. If he doesn't, Muramatsu's coming back for 66.
50.
I'm going to say this slowly because I can scarcely believe it.
66.
He wants 66 to take the lead against Phil Taylor in the World Championship.
And what way will he go? Oh, he went the 6 route. He went the 620 tops route. Done that many times myself. That second dart has got to be a good marker
46.
because he'd have gone straight over the flight with that. Not to
56.
be.
Yeah, he went 6 for Route 66. Taylor wants 56. 16 for tops to get back on track. Got it. Got it. 2-1 in front. Still averaging under 88 though. Spoke to him before the match. I said, is it a nervous time for big players in the first round? He said, no, it's an exciting time. I can't wait to get into the tournament. But look, it's got to be a nervous time.
Well, as someone that's played in a couple of handfuls of World Championships, I can assure you it's a nerve-wracking time. He will have woke up today with all the butterflies in his stomach, like everyone else participating this year, and all he will want to do from the minute you arrive in this venue, you want to get up on that stage, get the game won and go home, because
91.
whoever wins this game will go home for Christmas, return on the 27th of December, and they're going to have a lovely little break. That's 4 perfect. Oh, Philip, why do you do it to us, sir?
83.
Well, there's been 27 televised 9-darters now, and Taylor responsible for around a third of them.
Just greed, absolute greed. It's a good dart. That's also a good dart.
140.
Well, it's got to be said, the Japanese are enjoying themselves, and that's what it's about. You don't want to go up there and put yourself under pressure. Good for them.
140.
Taylor just starting to crank it up a little bit after a spluttering, stuttering start. Muramatsu has avoided the white. He's won a leg against Phil Taylor. Won a leg on the big stage. That's something to take home with him. Well, he's left the big finish here. I wonder if he get a stab at that.
I'm not saying I want Phil to miss this, but I would love Muramatsu to take out 170. What a marker for Phil. What a marker that is.
Game charge in the first set. Phil Taylor.
It was just easy. After the first couple of legs, Phil has settled down, and as you see him walking off there, wiping his brow, Mr. Taylor, 1-0 up. Normal service has been restored. 1-0 Phil.
Has it been no sweat for the power? Certainly not. It's been a nervous night for the 15 times world champion. Haruki Muramatsu was at 1-all in this set in legs, and he missed a dart at double top to go 2-1 in front, but Taylor eventually took it 3-1. He's taken the opening set in his quest for a Sweet 16th world crown.
Well, I was looking decidedly relaxed, it has to be said, and
Second set, first leg.
start of this match, he wasn't looking that way because he was out of sorts. but he finished off that set with a fantastic 12-darter, finishing on 98, and you could see that there, Rod. That's the first time in this match the real Phil's attitude has turned up. Misses a 60 and gives it that look as if to say, darts, do as you're told.
Muramatsu averaging 88.88, a palindromic average. Ruined by his treble 20 then, but he threatened to ruin the first set for Phil Taylor as well, didn't he? He had a dart at double top to go 2-1 up, and then it would have been twitchy, wouldn't it?
Now averaging 91. This is really good stuff, and it's really tough for the overseas players that don't play the PDC Tour. They've come here with reputations. They're good players in their homeland, and they've been pushed onto the stage, and they're trying their best, and it's got to be said, they've acquitted themselves really well, and it's by far from finished.
100.
Look, I'm going to stick my neck on the block here, Wayne. I'm going to suggest that Muramatsu will not win this match. But do you think the other players who are watching, like Dave Chisholm, Mark Durbridge, and other players that are in Taylor's quarter, Barney, Paul Nicholson, will be thinking,
137.
I might have a chance here. He's not quite on song.
No, this is not what we call Taylor-esque, but I always believe that Phil is the best match player I've ever seen, and I think he just plays the player to a point. I don't think he wants to average 110.
85.
I would have said he was guaranteed to average over a ton because he wants to lay down markers, but as we said, it's still early in the match. But Dave Chisnell and Mark Durbridge,
95.
one of them will be playing Phil if he can wrap this up, but he's looking like he's going to. I know he's only one set up with 2 sets to go, but you've got to fancy that if Chisnell or Mark Durbridge do come through that game and they're on their A game, of course they have a chance.
60.
83 then for Taylor.
83.
He may of course still average in 3 figures, far from beyond him. Well, that's the 3, so 2 double tops or treble 20, conventional route. Treble 20 leaves double 10.
63.
Phil will be a bit disappointed with that. He hates missing big numbers. I know he was going for the treble, but it's unlike Phil to be away from the segment he's aiming for. Muramatsu needs treble 19. Didn't get it. Phil wants 20 for the leg.
Who required 20.
Double 10. Double 5. Well, he's bust it, but he's bust it.
60.
And Muramatsu, well, he'd break the bank at Monte Carlo if he wins this match. He wants 20 for tops.
There's the 20. Wants double top, and there it is. No fuss at all. He's broke Phil Taylor twice already in this match.
Last year, I'll repeat, Phil Taylor beat Gary Morstan in the first round, had a torrid time, got home 3-0 but averaged 88.5, didn't win the World Championship. In 2008, averaged 91 against Michael van Gerwen, scrambled home 3-2, didn't win the World Championship. So it's early day. I mean, he's surely going to win the game, but there will be doubts, and Taylor has dispelled those doubts as year in, year out. You've been made to look a fool if you've doubted Taylor. Anyone who said that he's been finished, as people have over the last few years at various times, they've been made to look extremely foolish.
Yeah, it would be folly to say that because Phil's not averaging like he normally does, that he's not showing the form of a world champion. Well, got to switch, surely.
97.
I've seen that all so often of his illustrious career. The 57's going in.
We'll see Muramatsu again, surely, at the World Cup. Played in the World Cup back end of last year with Karayachi. They lost to Spain in the first round, and Spain then beat England, so he would have had a bash at Phil Taylor in the World Cup if Japan had beaten Spain. He's certainly enjoying it up on the big stage there. He's revelling in it.
Phil looking for another treble to leave a finish.
100.
Doesn't get it. We'll be disappointed with that after the first start that was perfect for Phil, has to be said. Now, what can Muramatsu do? He could leave a 1 or 2 darter here. He'd be in control of this set. Could he leave a 1 darter? That's unfortunate. That's a good dart. There's nothing wrong with hitting treble 5s, believe me.
That's quite an art form, actually, isn't it?
95.
What pressure is Phil going to put on his opponent? You would have said a 1 darter from there, wouldn't you? Indeed. He's going to leave tops.
100.
Pressure on the 106.
Well, that's more like we expect from Phil Taylor, a clinical 2 treble 20 single 13 leave of tops. But, well, he's got to find the red to the right there, treble 18. He's unlucky again. He's throwing some very good darts.
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
43.
You know, it never went in, but it was a good, well-thrown dart. This is to break straight back. Indeed he does. It's not easy peasy for Phil, but he's showing glimpses of the class that we've come to expect.
It will be interesting to hear what he has to say after this match. I'm sure he, like us, knows he's going to win this game.
99.
We don't like to be derogatory to Muramatsu, but the class is there to be seen. Phil, if he just carries on playing like this, which is probably his D game, it will be good enough.
60.
Now there is Dave Chisnall. I wonder what he makes of it all. The star from St Helens, smile on his face. He knows he will play Phil Taylor if he can get rid of Mark Dubbridge in the first round.
Well, I can tell you what he's thinking.
140.
He's thinking, Phil, please lose. Please lose, Phil. I've been there. It doesn't happen.
Well, his average is about 96.5 now, Taylor, which probably win you matches in the first and second and maybe third round. It won't win you anything after that, but he's like an athlete in a qualifying heat, isn't he? He's running at the pace he needs to run at to qualify for the next round of the competition. Now he's sprinting.
Oh, indeed. Second 180 of the match. 2-0 to Phil. Miles in front this leg. Muramatsu just wants to score as many as he can. Can't put Phil under any pressure whatsoever.
Yeah, I wonder, it's starting to look like one of those Phil Taylor games when you think he's playing
Will you require 82?
in a pretty average fashion, then you look at the end average and it ends up 102. Here we go. This is for an 11 dart leg. This is what he does. Double 16, now double 8.
66.
Well, he's only averaging 33% on the finishes, so that is not Taylor-esque. But the average is creeping up. Muramatsu's averaging 87. That's good darts. That really is good darts. Certainly not scared of Phil. Well, something put him off there. Might have been a fly or something. As we know, there's wasps up on the stage. Adrian Lewis has got a finger the size of an arm to prove it.
Will you require 16?
2 8s. 2 8s it is. Wow. Chisnall there in Taylor's shadow. I wonder if Taylor will tower over Dave Chisnall in the second round. He's got to beat Mark Dubbridge first. Tough second round tie that for Phil Taylor. Quite a tough one for Dave Chisnall, to be fair.
No matter who wins out of Taylor or Muramatsu, to play Mark Dubbridge or Dave Chisnall in the second round is going to be tough. Mark Dubbridge, of course, beaten in the World Final before, beaten in the match play final. knows what it's like to win on the big stage, and played Phil many times up there in the Premier Leagues as well as Mark, and he'll be looking forward to possibly renewing that rivalry.
Yeah, I wonder if someone this year will join an elite six-man club. Only 6 men have beaten Phil Taylor at the World Championship.
60.
Dennis Priestley twice, John Park, Raymond van Barneveld, Mark Webster, Kevin Spielek, I'm going to say it, and Wayne Mark. Yeah!
125.
Oh, Phil's cranking it up now, hitting the trebles, just averaging below a ton. And it's got to be said, he hasn't really done what you'd call anything spectacular. And to put that average into context, Wes Newton played, I thought, a really professional game in the last match when he beat Kurt van der Wright with a 93 average. Phil Taylor has seemed off with a 99 average.
Yeah, this actually,
60.
I find, is quite a common phenomenon with Phil Taylor, because he almost always averages more than you think, because you're conditioned to think he never misses. So when he misses, you think he's playing pretty ordinary darts, but he's actually playing a lot better than anyone else.
It's like watching Usain Bolt slow down in the 200 metres and he breaks the world record. It's not right, really.
60.
Well, it looks like he needs a bit of treatment from the National Health Service there, doesn't he?
140.
As Taylor hands out a bit of treatment of his own. Muramatsu having to take the medicine. Taylor looking for a 13 dart check out here.
And to wrap up the second set, you've got to think that if Phil hits the 36, that the match is all but over. But Muramatsu won't be thinking that, which is good. He seems to have a really good attitude. I like that.
Double 18 it is from Phil Taylor. He takes the second set. He has lost a couple of legs in this darts match, but he's now 2/3 of the way to his target, which is round 2. The power, not at full power, but he leads Haruki Muramatsu 2-0. It hasn't all been as smooth as silk for Phil Taylor as he starts his quest for a 16th world title, but the power is on his way. He's 2-0 up. There's been a lot of eyebrow-raising moments though. He's lost a couple of legs against the Japanese thrower Haruki Muramatsu, but I think he'll be smiling at the end of the night, Wayne Mardle. 2-0 in sets.
Yeah, he wasn't smiling at the very start of this match. He broke early and then was broken straight back. And Muramatsu's broken Phil twice in this match, so Phil knows that he's up against a player that is not worried about what Phil is doing, and that's a situation that this guy's got to put Phil in more. You would have thought that with the averages the way they are, that Phil is throwing the darts of the likely winner, and it has to be said, he's looking like the likely winner, but it doesn't mean you're going to cross the line. But the man from Japan has acquitted himself fantastically well. Won his prelim game against the bodybuilder from Sweden, Dennis Nilsson, with finishes of 80, 90 and 102. So he's shown some class, like he did just there.
Yeah, his 9th ton 40 of the game, Muramatsu. Could this be the 3rd max of the match?
140. 40.
Not far away.
Well, that was unfortunate rather than anything else. Threw the dart exactly where he wanted it.
Yeah, it was like a dart hitting a trampoline, wasn't it? It went up. Like a jet taking off.
85.
Well, we see Muramatsu there. The 60 was gaping and he hit a big 5. Can't afford to do that against Philip.
Those darts have taken Taylor's average into 3 figures. Just now below by a tick, 99.9.
There we go. It really is just average for Phil, where it's superhuman for others. That is the class of the 15 times world champ that is looking for that 16th world title.
What about this for a leg from Muramatsu? 12 darts thrown, 40 left. And so coming back for tops, waiting for his 3rd leg of the match.
Indeed, won a leg in the first set, won a leg in the second set. Indeed, broke the throw, the Taylor throw, and he wins a leg in this set. There's been many a world-class player that has gone up there and played Phil over sets and not won a leg.
There's been many players given a tonking by Taylor over the years, and well, we'll give you the leg score. It's a set tournament, so it's not really that relevant, but 6 legs won by Taylor and 3 by Muramatsu. In no way is that a thrashing.
Not at all. And that, even though it's low, that's not a bad dart for Muramatsu, because his darts are so small, they're tiny.
100.
Well controlled throw. Phil's got a switch, doesn't like the dart above the treble 20, but he certainly likes that.
96.
Surprised Phil missed that, as is he.
Muramatsu trying to do what no one's done since Van Gerwen in 2008 and win a set in the first round from Phil Taylor.
Well, we know in Japan they've got a massive soft tip tour, and that is entirely different to what this darts is, and that's steel tip. The soft tip, the scores register on a board that is exactly the same as this, but with holes in, and your darts going flatter, and it really is, whilst the throwing is the same, it's not the same game. And Phil Taylor, if he was to take his hand at that, he would probably be world champion as well.
Just can't group them as he would like. You know, there's been occasions when the first one's gone in, but not the normal 2 and 3 to follow.
Yeah, without being hypercritical, Phil seems to be in the treble 20s at the top of the treble. A bit like, say you get a Steve Beaton in the treble at the bottom, where his darts stand up, he might want to switch away, or a Vincent van der Voort. But Phil seems to be in the top of the treble 20. And knowing the perfectionist he is, he won't like that. Now that is a great dart. Double 16.
74.
Got to be said, I don't think he's hit that first time as yet.
Well, this would be a roof raiser, wouldn't it? Normally the finish at the end of a 9-dart attempt, 1-4-1. It will feel like a 9-darter if Muramatsu could have taken it out. Well, 96 left.
65. Who you require 32.
76 left. If Taylor misses.
If indeed. Again, what a marker that is. Well, it is, I can assure you it is. There you go, Philip, you nearly made me look silly, man.
Well, the first 2 sets finished 3-1 to Phil Taylor. Is it going to be a treble of 3-1 successes? But Muramatsu won't be too disappointed with that.
140.
I tell you what, he's thrown some lovely darts in and amongst, hasn't he?
Well, there's been 17 140s in this match, and Phil Taylor was only at 7 of them. You do the math. That is quality darts.
140.
As he hits one there. Oh, now then, plenty of space in there, Wayne. You could park a bus in that gap to the left.
Yeah, he just snatched at that second dart. But 140, Muramatsu. 140, Taylor. 140, Muramatsu. 140, Taylor. This is quality stuff.
So if we're mathematics students, what will follow? 140, 140, 140, 140.
He's going to hit a 180, isn't he? Will it be the 5th one on the trot in this leg?
140.
Brilliant stuff. Really is good.
So what follows now?
He's going to hit a 180, isn't he?
140.
You see, it's easy, this game. It's all mathematics, it's all formulae. 81. 81. Won't see a 140 here, Wayne, I'll venture to suggest. Right, now though, this is for a 12 dart leg, remember? Yes, bullseye! Never understand why they would. He knows he wants the bull. Should he have just carried in the flow? We'll see.
Might have been that wasp or fly again, who's to say? But I do believe it put him off. Whatever was going through his head or whatever he see, I do believe that was the factor that made him miss. As we see Phil, will he get the 81 that Muramatsu couldn't? 140, 140, 140, 81 in 2. That is Mr. T.
And that's what the professionals call a proper leg, isn't it? 140, 140, 140, 81 out. 12, 11 to 12 darts.
Especially when the other guys hit the 3 on, thought was a miss the 81. That is just fantastic. But that's what we've come to expect. That's why he's won the 75 majors. Yes, 75 majors. That's insane.
Well, he's picked up. It's a slow start from Phil Taylor, but he really has picked up. Let's take a look at his average now. It's over 100. Look, as we said, we thought it would be. Kind of game that Taylor did, average 101, 102. The highest before this in this tournament this year, Adrian Lewis, 96.41. So that the bare facts. You might go away from me and think Phil Taylor's not done a lot tonight, but he's still played a lot better than anybody else in this tournament by some considerable margin now. He's averaging 101 now.
And the checkout percentages are they're average. 42% is not what Phil would come to expect of himself, and to be honest, that's probably not what we'd come to expect from him. But to win the first round,
140.
which is looking likely, but full credit to Muramatsu.
He's starting to flow now, the power. So 11 dart leg in the last leg. And he's now, what, 6 darts away from booking a berth in round 2 and enjoying his Christmas.
Returns on the 27th of December. As we said, he will play the winner of Mark Durbridge
100.
or Dave Chisnell. Phil will be looking, as you said, Rod, to finish this in 6, maybe 4.
Well, if he does, he'll average over 100. He's slotted those two.
137.
Wow. Leaves himself a 2-darter. Will the power tower over his rivals again at Ali Pali? He's through to round 2. And without being at full throttle, he's starting to look a little bit ominous for the rest.
83. Will you require 58?
58 to wrap it up. wants the big red bit at the top of the board. Wow. It's a low one for Phil.
48.
He won't be happy with that. He hates giving away match-winning chances, and that's just what he's done.
Well, this is to level up this set in terms of legs. This is to make it 2-2 in set 3. 20. We'll give Muramatsu a chance at double top. Doesn't like the lie.
58.
Well, that was unfortunate, that really was.
10.
He moved over, give himself the angle, made the angle, just got the weight wrong. Phil, to wrap it up, which indeed he does, with an average of 99.98, called it a ton. Phil Taylor is safely through to the second round. He's on his way in his quest for his 16th world title.
Pretty low-key performance from Phil Taylor, but still averaged pretty much 199.98. 3-0 victory over a very gutsy Haruki Muramatsu, who did himself proud, didn't he?